Hi, ladies. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well and ready to dive into today's free training. I'm excited to be here. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 steps that I use in my life to help boost mental clarity. And I'm going to be sharing that with you all here today. Let me get all my tech refreshed so I can make sure to see any comments, any questions coming through. Let me see. Let me refresh my screen here. As you come in, pop hello in the comments. I'd love to say hi back. If you're watching the replay of this later, go ahead, type in replay in the comments. I'm excited to share this with you all because it's really helped me stay productive, not only in my health, weight loss goals, but just in all areas of my life. So again, the training we did last week on boundaries, you could apply that into anything that you're doing into your life, and you can apply this training that I'm going to share with you today at home, at work, in relationships, in your health and weight loss goals, and any other goals you have in your life that you're working towards. So these are going to be really, really cool, just tips, things that you can add into your daily life starting today. And then at the end, I have a really cool freebie that I'm giving to all of you. So make sure to stay to the end so you know how to get that freebie and start using it to help you get better mental clarity each day. So let's get to it. All right, I've got to where I can see comments. If you do have questions, pop them in the box. Again, if you're here live, say hello. If you're watching the replay, make sure to write replay in the comments too, so that I know you're checking it out later. And we're going to get started. So I am talking to you today again about the 5 steps that I use to help boost mental clarity. So this is going to help you to feel energized, stay focused, have clear, sharp mind so that you can increase productivity in your life, make better decisions, and stay focused on your priorities. So why do we want to create healthy habits to improve our mental and physical health? What does this really have to do with weight loss, right? This is a weight loss group. And why are we talking about this in the weight loss group? Well, if you think about when you are on a diet or you're on a nutrition plan and you're trying to make better choices, hey, Crystal, you sometimes tend to kind of fall off track when you're tired, you're stressed, maybe frustrated, maybe having a bad day. Usually with women, it's tied to an emotion that we typically are going through, and it causes us to fall off track. But when we have our priorities in line and we are staying focused on the task at hand, we'd make better decisions so that we're not regretting a decision we've made to run through the fast food restaurant when we're having a bad day. So that's just a really good example to use. It's one that I hear a lot. And I'll be honest, it's one that I've even done to myself before in the past. And so these tips that I use in my daily life really help me to stay focused on the task at hand, whether it's a project I'm doing for work, whether it's something I need to do for my family, or if it's a goal that I have in mind for my weight loss or gaining muscle, whatever it is. These are some tips and tricks that I use on a daily basis to keep me focused on what I need to get done. And one, it helps me just stay clear-headed. It helps me to stay positive. And these things kind of set the tone for my daily life so that I'm going about my day with a positive attitude. So you can start using these in your life right now. We're going to get started. Grab your coffee, your lunch, a tea, pen and paper if you want to take some notes, and then stay to the end because there is a freebie for all of you and you want to know how to get it. So make sure you stay to the end so you can get that, because it's going to be a little thing that you can use to start implementing in your life, these steps, okay, and help you make them possible. Okay, so listen up. If you are feeling tired throughout the day, if you're feeling drained at 3 o'clock, or maybe just all day long, you just feel that drag. Maybe you have a hard time staying focused at work, having a hard time concentrating all the time. Maybe you have a hard time focusing on your goals. Maybe you set out with great intention, but there's never follow through. You're not able to keep them as a priority. You want that, it's a desire, but you have a hard time making it happen. So if that's you, listen up, because we're going to dive into it now. So one thing I do, very first thing I do in the morning to help me boost my mental clarity is I get up early in the morning. So I wake early. Let me move this a little closer because I want you to be able to see this as we talk through it. Okay, so I get up early in the morning. My wake up time is 4:30. Now, that's like a really big deal because I used to be like the angry bear in the morning. My husband like dreaded waking me up because he was like, she's going to be so mean. Not mean, just I was kind of like ornery and I didn't really want anyone to talk to me until I had caffeine in my system. Now, I know a lot of moms can relate to this because when you have a house of littles in the morning, it can be kind of loud. You're not really awake and it can cause some irritability. And I was one of those moms and I hated getting up in the morning. I dreaded it. Like I wanted to stay warm and snuggly in my bed and I didn't want to get up and I didn't want to have to deal with everything I had coming from the day. I knew it was going to be stressful, right? But now I made it a priority to change that. And I made it a priority to get up and I get up at 4:30, which is really, really early for me. But now I start my day with like a positive thing in my life. So I usually get 30 minutes from 4:30 to 5, typically, sometimes even longer, depends on the day, of quiet in my house. It's like still, there's no littles waking me up. There's no distractions. Even the dogs are still asleep. And I get to have this quiet time to myself. I grab my coffee. I'll do a Bible study or I'll listen to a podcast or even just journal and just kind of reflect on what I've got going on. And so it's great because it just sets the tone for my day. I'm able to get clear-headed. It's usually with something positive, like a Bible study or self-help or motivational, something that just puts positivity into my life. So I'm not watching the news. I'm not going through my Facebook feed. I am just centering myself on positivity. And then once I go through that, I take a look at my calendar. I look at my to-do list. I make out everything that I need to do for the day. I write it down and I have set the tone for how my day is going to go. I have a plan and I have my priorities laid out in front of me before anything even begins. And it just sets this positive tone in my life and in my day. And I can always go back and look at my to-do list and go, okay, what else do I have to accomplish today? And it just feels good to like check it off and know that I've been productive and know that I set a plan. And so when you do that and you make a habit of doing that, it just sets the tone. It sets the tone. It creates a calmer peace in the morning during the early morning routine. Some of you moms know what that's like. It can be hard. And so that is something, if you're like, I am not getting up early, that is not going to happen. It's a really, like I was the same way, but it can be really stress relieving just to have 30 minutes of silence to yourself where you actually can have a thought, write it down. I mean, I don't know how many times my thoughts get interrupted by the kids or like a conversation with my husband gets interrupted. So it's so nice to just be able to think things through, write it down, make a plan, and just add some positivity into my morning routine. And it might not be journaling or things like that for you. Maybe it's a workout. Maybe you just need to get up and do 10 minutes of yoga or meditation or do a quick 10, 15-minute workout in your living room before anyone wakes up. So that's really what I want to suggest is just starting your day out, wake up a little earlier, spend some time by yourself with something positive, and set the tone for your day. Okay, so number 2 in my mental clarity or how I boost my mental clarity is making sure I'm eating plenty throughout the day. So I suggest eating every 3 to 4 hours. So you could do small meals every 3 to 4 hours, balanced, healthy meals. Make sure they're including like a protein, a fat, a carb. This one helps you keep your metabolism up, but mainly it helps keep your blood sugars level. And when our blood sugar is level, we're going to be less irritable. We're going to have less mood swings. And it just allows us to handle stress better. We're able to cope with the daily stresses of life a lot easier. And it's also good to make sure to keep in mind that carbohydrates are included in these meals. So protein, fat, and carb. But our brain runs on carbs. And so when we're leaving out carbohydrates, we're leaving out the main fuel source for not only our body, but for our minds. And we're using our brains all day long. We're having to think, we're having to make decisions, we're having to keep track of everything, especially if you're working an 8-to-5 job and you've got kids at home and you're trying to keep up with everything. Make sure you're fueling your brain as best as you can so that you can stay focused, stay sharp, have good mental clarity, because that's going to be like one of the number one things that helps you keep your focus. So make sure eating every 3 to 4 hours with a balanced, healthy meal or snack that includes a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate to be fueled properly. Okay. Number 3 is something that is especially important right now because we're in the winter months. And if you live where we live, I live in Arkansas. We're in like northwest Arkansas. So we're like on the tip next to Oklahoma, Missouri, and it is wintertime here. And thankfully it's sunny outside right now, but we have just gone through weeks of gray. It's just cloudy and bitter cold, and it can be massively depressing and really hard to like have good bursts of energy. So this is something you can do for yourself when you're feeling a little tired or a little drained, or maybe you need that boost of mental clarity. Get outside, even if it's cold, even if the sun's not out. Put on your jacket, put on a scarf, put on a hat, and just get moving. Even like a 10-minute walk can boost your energy levels. It helps you get your oxygen going, gets the blood flowing, gets the lungs full, and it just makes you feel better. And it gets oxygen to your brain. So brain power. So carbs, oxygen, those are things we need to have good mental clarity. Plus, when we get outside, we're getting a dose of vitamin D, which is really, really important for our immune system, helps us feel energized, and it's also linked to depression. So if we have a lack of vitamin D, it can cause this depression state. And so it's important to make sure you're getting outside, you're getting that fresh air, even if it's just 10 minutes. So take a break. It's always good to unplug, take a step away from the desk, take a step away from whatever you're doing. If you're at home with the kiddos, maybe you don't work. Get outside, wrap them up, go for a quick walk. It will really change the atmosphere. It will change the moods, and you'll feel so much better. All right. Number 4, drink water. So this is important. Just like carbs, just like oxygen are important to the brain, so is water. Okay? Water. So our body is made up of water, right? Our brain is made up of water. It is important to make sure that we're giving it plenty of water throughout the day. If you're barely drinking, you're barely hydrating, then your brain is not getting what it needs to stay alert, to stay focused, to stay sharp. Okay? Brain cells need 2 times more energy than other cells in the body to work properly. Okay, so for it to be working effectively, to work sharp, it needs water, it needs carbohydrates, it needs oxygen. So when you're doing that, you're giving it plenty of water. It's like a full reserve. You'll be able to think faster, stay more focused, make really good decisions, have great clarity, and even be a little bit more creative. So it's important to make sure you're not only fueling your body correctly, but you're fueling your brain too. All right, so number 5 is how I end my day. Okay, so we talked about waking up early to kind of just set the tone, right? We get that positive reinforcement each morning. Then we want to make sure we're fueling properly with the right nutrition every 3 to 4 hours. And then we want to make sure we're getting some fresh air. We're getting fresh air into our lungs. It's getting us recharged, gets our blood pumping, going for a quick little walk, drinking water, okay, all day long. And then at night, I have my nighttime routine. So in my nighttime routine, everyone thinks this is so silly, but it really helps you like relax. It helps you like calm down so you can have better sleep. You get a better night's rest. So what I like to do is when I know it's time for bed, I start my routine a little bit before then. And that will be either like a hot shower, which really helps relax you. But then I'll start my routine, like my face wash, brushing teeth, all that, our lotions, our eye cream, all that we have to do as ladies. But I'll start that process. And I do low lighting, no blue light. So put the screens away. If you need to do something on your phone or something on your laptop late at night, I highly suggest using like a blue light filter, like glasses, or getting a filter on the screen so that you're not taking in that blue light, because it'll keep your mind going and it will not allow it to rest. So making sure you're shutting all that off. Your room is nice and cool. You can even use like a white noise or a fan, but do things that tells your body it's time to start resting. It is time to calm and relax and be at peace so that you can get a restful night's sleep. And just making that a routine daily will train your body to know that it is coming. It is time to rest. It is time to relax. Okay. So I know I kind of went through this quickly, but these are the 5 steps that I use on a daily basis to help me stay clear-headed, focused, make good decisions, and stay just having that really good, sharp mental clarity. Because I know what it's like when I am irritable. I will make bad food choices. I know that I'll get cranky and like yell at my kids, or they'll get on my nerves. And I don't want to do that. I want to be a good mom. I want to feel good about my decisions. I want to go to bed at night feeling good about my food choices. I don't want to regret anything that I've done. And so it's important to make sure you're preventing the stress in your life, because sometimes we allow it. And just taking some action can help us to prevent those things, which is why today I'm going to give you guys all a freebie. I'm really excited about it because I think it's going to be something that helps you guys kind of start implementing these things and some others. So like it's a huge list of habits. And so it's my daily habit checklist that I want to give to all of you. And there's no catch. It's coming straight to you. You just have to comment habits in the comments below and we'll send it out to you. Okay. So it's going to be a little checklist that you can weekly, daily check off, and it will have these on there. It'll even have, I think like maybe 8 others that if you wanted to set some goals and start working towards healthy habits that you can start implementing into your life, this will be a great way to kind of pick the ones you want to do and start checking them off each day that you do them. Because when you can see consistency build in front of you visually on a checklist, it really helps boost your confidence that you can do more, that you can do the things that you set your mind to. So many women fail because they never even get started, because they're scared because they failed in the past and they're scared they're going to fail again or they're going to give up. And so when you can start building consistency, even in the small things, even in one thing, the first thing I started with was this, waking up early. And I'm guaranteeing you, my husband never thought he would see the day where I would get up before him and be chipper and happy and excited to get up. Like I really like getting up early in the morning. I mean, sometimes it takes me a minute to wake up, but I really look forward to that time. It's something that I really, really enjoy. And I'm also really proud of myself because it was something that I didn't think I could do. And I did it. And it really built confidence. And when you build confidence in just one thing, it starts to kind of have this domino effect in your life. And then structure comes and things get easier. Life gets easier to manage. You're able to really go after your goals, whether they're weight loss or not, because you have the confidence in yourself that you can set your mind to it and get it done and get it accomplished. So if you want a copy of the daily habit checklist, just comment habits below. I'm going to send it out to you guys in Messenger. No catch. I'm not going to try to book a call or anything like that with you. This is really just something I want to give to you because I feel like it's really going to help you guys nail down some structure. And it's all about healthy habits, right? I talk about that all the time, how you can go into any type of plan, any nutrition plan, any program, but if you don't conquer your habits first, if you don't conquer destructive habits, with new healthy habits, you're probably not going to succeed because you're not focusing on the issue. You're focusing on the symptom. So if you're not focusing on the cause of the symptom, you're just going to keep messing up and keep making the same mistakes. So it's my mission in life to help you guys really focus on getting your habits aligned, creating healthy habits in your life so you can be successful, whether in my program or someone else's program, or just use like, I can do this on my own. I want you to be successful. It's my mission in life to help you women succeed in getting healthy habits, having a positive mindset, getting healthy physically and mentally so that you can live your best life. So if that's you, you're wanting that, you're needing that, start with your habits first. Comment habits below in the comments section, and I will send you out our daily habit checklist. It's going to help you start making these a part of your life and others. There's a huge list of things that you can start doing. And I don't recommend starting out with all of them. Even these 5 can be overwhelming. Like pick 1 or 2 that you can try to make happen. Like you have to fit it into your schedule too, right? Sometimes we have to rearrange. But don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do all 5 all at once. Take your time, pick out a couple, and just start adding to it. And it's a sheet that you can print out over and over again, or maybe even just use as a copy and journal it in your journal. All right. So habits in the comment section to get the daily habit checklist. And then ladies, if you're watching replay in the comments, go ahead, type in habits because we'll get it sent out to you. All right. So ladies, that's all I have for you today. I hope it helps you boost mental clarity, get some healthy habits, and get focused on your goals for this year. It's not too late. It's just now February. I will see you next Tuesday. I hope you have a great rest of the week. If you're in my area, enjoy the sunshine because it's here and it's beautiful outside. Enjoy it. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great one.